I often say that art isn't a bridge, it's a battery. And so what are you paddling?
I love the arts. They're a really important and integral part of my day-to-day life.
I don't feel like you need to be an artist per se, like you to enjoy art. You don't have to think it to feel it.
You know, there's like entire cultures where like we don't have a word for art. That's just like living fully.
Art is a way that we can begin to connect to like our common humanity.
The late Maxine Greene once said that the arts may not be able to change the world themselves, but can change human beings who can then change the world.
Artistic Joy to Collective Wellness is an initiative that is a grassroots initiative that was developed with our staff in collaboration with the artist Mark Bamuti Joseph to really think deeply about some of the most important issues for not only the University of Washington, but for our entire region. And one of those issues that bubbled up very clearly was mental health and wellness for youth.
Meany reached out to the Resilience Lab to ask if we would be interested in partnering, given its alignment with creating a culture of well-being at the university, which is our mission, and using arts as like an avenue to create collective wellness.
We can't hire enough counselors to take on the work of wellness for our entire community. So we need partnership and we need integration of the arts in that work. And I think there's no better place than Meany, and no better place than the arts organizations on our campus to actually begin to engage this conversation about what it means to be well.
Meany Center is, while we are seated on the campus of the University of Washington, our programs reach well beyond that. When you talk about youth, you can't even talk about UW students without thinking about who's in the high schools, who are in the middle schools, who are in the elementary schools. It's a direct continuum. And then of course there are the young adults that graduate and stay in this region and are continue to be connected to the University of Washington and are really affecting the direction of this region.
My name is Indu. I'm a psychology major in my third year here. So I'm on the pre-med track. I want to look into a career in pediatrics and women's health. I think allowing your mind to explore what it wants to explore through the arts and like practicing like that conduit of energy and like mental connections really helps in the sciences. Personally, like it's helped me, I think, make connections between scientific subjects that maybe I wouldn't have made if I wasn't so used to exercising like the creative part of my mind.
The relationship between arts and wellness isn't linear, and it isn't necessarily predicated upon analysis of artistic outcomes. What I mean by that is like, you don't have to see a dance and think about how it makes you well.
I feel as though if I had just really honed in my focus on just studying, I wouldn't be as well-rounded as of a person. I wouldn't be as happy of a person.
Happiness and joy kind of sound similar at first, but happiness is finite, while you can't really put a number on joy. You could scale how much happiness you have, but joy is truly something qualitative.
Artists know not to traffic in inevitability. Artists, like scientists, like designers, have to ask, what if different? What if other? Could it be? These are how our futures are transformed, is through open inquiry.
Since the conversation with Mark in the fall, I've thought a lot about the role of imagination and creativity in creating these, in actualizing our vision around having a culture of well-being on campus.
So I want to imagine a campus where we have a community of people that cut across race, that cut across age, that feel invited and feel a part of a community, that feel a sense of belonging at the institution, and are prepared to engage in experiences that will change our collective identity, our collective experience in the world.
Like one could only hope that the art creates a safe enough space that it makes it easier for people to find themselves in a mindful, inclusive, compassionate way.
A lot of what we've been talking about is not limiting the artist's body to artist products. That the artist as intellect, as interlocutor, as convener, as disruptor is just as important as the artist as entertainer. So, I really credit the Meany Center for understanding that.
I would hope to see us doing things that I could never have imagined we would be doing. I would hope for us to have artists continue to be embedded in our organization, and that includes student artists, that includes community artists, that includes visiting artists, that includes faculty. But most importantly, I think we can't know where we're going, or it won't be innovative enough.